Top of the day, family. Look at the Irish. This is Empress Messia Ben Pantera, otherwise known as Kimberly Woods, Kimberly Woo Woo, Kimberly Wesley, and soon to be Kimberly Baldwin, right? So I see we've been thinking the same thing, right, family? Where is Roderick at? Where is Boo Man, right? So let me tell you how the video playing, because the streets are talking, my baby. The streets are talking. Judge Greg Mathis has been blackmailed, and him along with Kim Worthy, they murdered my motherfucking son, right? They shot him in the face over there on the projects on Nevada off of Ryan, over there when he was staying. Drove over his son, and they dumped their bodies on Belle Isle over there by the Coast Guard. I tagged you in the video so that you can see it, right? Now, all this stemmed from them not wanting to pay me my inheritance. It used to be a bridge that connected Woodward Avenue to Belle Isle, right? And years ago, they blew that bridge up and killed off the majority of my family. And that's why I never really had no family. Then they let my fake-ass distant family from North and South Carolina come up to Michigan and assume the identities of my real family. They killed off my mother, Mary Wesley, who was the recording secretary for Jefferson Assembly down on Jefferson. And they for sure murdered my father, Vance Wesley, who worked at the 9th Precinct, and he was lieutenant over there off of Hayes and like State Fair and Outer Drive, whatever in the fuck they calling it now, right? So they've been paying off motherfucking hitmen in the city who's been caught up on these dope cases, right? So in an attempt to diminish their time, they've been paying them to pick off my family members and to set them up with these bogus drug charges and cases, right? Planting guns and shit. And you know how that shit goes, right? So all of that is an attempt not to pay me my inheritance, which we all know is in the millions of dollars, right? So they figure if they kill us off, they don't have to pay us. But guess what? I'm still here, right? Even when they coerced me to sell my home, you know what I'm saying? If you want to know who murdered Roderick, it's Raphael Baldwin, my fake ass husband. When I rebuffed his advances because I found out he was a sissy and he was fucking Mikey, his brother, they were lovers, right? And so they conspired to kill me off so they can split these insurance policies that they have on me. They even went as far as to have me arrested a few weeks ago. I'm sure you've already heard about it, right? Tried to have me locked up to make me look bad. But if it's one thing about me, a person, and you know, is that I'm the most honest person in the city of Detroit. I keep it real not only about myself, but other people as well. And that's why they're trying to get rid of me. Kim Worthy even set up my brother Curtis, right? 2 weeks before she arrested him on these trumped up charges, he was in the Burlington over here on Telegraph and Chicago roads buying underwear in Burlington, right? Why this broad was 2 people behind him and purchased the same underwear that he did, paid this guy to impersonate Curtis robbing this Taco Bell on Ann Arbor Trail, when we had already saw the video of him on Warren off of Lanphier at that store, like 4 houses from his home at the same time. And there's no way in the world he could have been at 2 places at once, right? He had on white flip-flops and white socks because he had just tipped across the street, right? But what was really going on is that the city of Detroit is broke. They have no way of paying me my money. They actually stole my inheritance. And they've been doing all these shenanigans, and they basically have been trying to kill me this whole time. I know a lot of people have been wondering why Rod hasn't popped up. There's one thing about it, us as a family and as, just being regular people, we always stay in contact with those that we love so that when we don't come back around, we already know what's going on. I want you to take a video, or take a glimpse of that video that I shot 30 days ago at Belle Isle when they were trying to exhume his body. But what they don't know is the feds, the CIA, and the FBI has been watching them trying to cover up all these murders. It's at least 20 of my family members that are buried in Detroit River down by the Frood, on the Frood side where the fishing holes is. See, they've been trying to kill me before the feds come in and send these divers to exhume all my family members' bodies and other bodies of other people in the city that they have killed for their money, right? So Raphael's family was coming to my house that I purchased over 10 years ago cash with my own money. See, it all boils down to jealousy. This bulldagger Kim Worthy, who stays in the Renaissance building, who's been paying off all these drug dealers and hitmen in the city, has always been jealous of me. I really didn't even know who this broad was. First, she set up Kwame because he didn't want to sleep with her, because he said he don't sleep with dudes. A lot of these people don't want it to be revealed that they've had sex change operations at Strafe Surgery on Lasher. And it's a lot of things going on. What I need you to do is go back to my YouTube page, Extra Love, until last summer, and start watching those videos and peep what's really going on. You know me, I fear less, right, my baby? But they want to not only have me in a state of fear, but you as well. Why do you think your family members have been going to jail? When they were telling you they were set up and drugs have been planted on them and guns, it's because they refused to take hits on other people. So they set them up. Verily, 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 I say unto you, that is true. You know, we also have SOIs, or sources of information, on both sides of our family. And I see you kind of figuring it out. You always wonder why they were birds that don't fly straight. Get at me. I do want to pose a little question for you. Now, we all know that this page, Messiah Ben Pantera, has not been up for 2 weeks, yet they have blocked my function of going live because they're so scared that I'm going to reveal everything that they have been doing in the city of Detroit. But one thing's for certain and 2 things for sure. If I see you, I see you, right? See, they're running around trying to paint it as if I'm a murderer and all of that. And they've had a lot of people on 7 Mile, these supposedly 7 Mile dogs. And I ain't never seen a dog walk down 7 Mile. they've been paying them to take hits out on me, right? But they know if anything happens to me, something truly tragic is going to happen to them. All of this stemmed from me revealing that everybody that I mentioned in all these videos, like Kim Worthy, Greg Mathis, the deceased James Craig, all of them have AIDS and HIV, right? They're in a cult, not a cult, right? And they're fake Moors, they're Masons, and they have been killing off my family members and assuming their identities and getting monies and checks for them. They have even been paying these hitmen $2,500 a month. But see, what they don't know is why they've been stalking me and following me and sending these hitmen is that the feds have been watching them. They've been checking into their financial records, right? So that's just one to grow on for right now. If you don't see me, you know who did. That's the main point of this video. They did Boo Man real greasy. They pistol whipped him and shot him, but not before they murdered his son. They drove over him with the vehicle, right? But comes to find out that was never Roderick's son. This bitch that he had a baby by named Tiffany is even walking around in his chain. Being broke ain't for me. Remember that chain, Jordan? Right? It was really his stepdad's, right? His stepdad's baby that they're trying to reveal. And so he has been orchestrating all of this. He's actually in hiding over here on Prevost and 6 Mile. And I'm sure once you hit the streets, you'll see what I'm saying is true. The streets are talking, my baby. I'm the most powerful woman in the city. That's why I'm still walking around. Pay attention, take heed. And this is another little hint I want to give to you. Just like they have black boxes on these planes so they can discover what was done, they have one on your vehicle too. Every one of us that I've named, anyone that's close to me, they're tracking you to see if I've told you what's going on. So be mindful. Remember, our family fears less, while these motherfuckers fear more. They fear being exposed as pedophiles and sodomists, and they all have COVID. And just know, COVID is super AIDS, and I hear it's COVID-44 out here they patented. Just research that. And be easy out here, my family. All is well. Bliss up, G's up, and hoes down. I'm protecting you. At this time, never you fear. You have carte blanche in the city as I do. And we haven't even had breakfast yet. Holler if you hear me. I love you with my highest love. Unconditional love. 1344.